Hello everybody and welcome to Civ House. I'm Rob and today we are going to be talking about a potential Civ 7 update in January to start off 2026. That's right, as Connor and I were trying to look ahead, decide on the types of content and things that we were going to be doing over the next couple of months, we were wondering, is there going to be an update for us to cover? Is there not? And I thought that that would be an interesting topic because as I started to look into it, that question really didn't seem to have a great answer. Before we get any deeper, make sure that you guys like and subscribe so that you guys aren't missing out on any of the great content we have coming out here at Civ House. And make sure you like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys believe that we are going to get a new update. A lot of this came from, I guess we'll just hop into it here, from when I was looking at the update notes, which, our last update was about a month ago from when this is being recorded, and we got update 1.3.1, which came with Shattered Seas map, which I've honestly been really enjoying. I've been doing an Augustus Carthage playthrough myself and have been enjoying that so far, and I'm hopeful that I will be able to command the high seas, even if I don't go down the pirate realm. Along with that, obviously, I hope that you guys grabbed, the Tides of Power collection for free while you still could. I'm recording this after that has gone out. I'm trying to use YouTube more for like social media, so I'm going to be posting stuff, and Connor will be posting stuff there more often for you guys in that regard. Regardless, I was coming here because I wanted to see, when the last update was, and we had really kind of gotten used to this new cadence, right, of monthly updates of some kind, even if it was smaller, just a map addition, the biomes were in this one, some balancing changes, some UI changes. We have been getting used to it, but as I was reading through this, they had one specific thing here. As we've mentioned in earlier updates, things are a bit lighter when some bigger projects continue behind the scenes, or while, but we wanted to get some fresh gameplay in your hands before the holidays. So they've been talking about for a while, obviously, a lot of the changes, and we've talked to death about, the featured workshop and everything that will be coming, hopefully, with that. Does that mean, though, that we are not going to be getting any more updates for the game as we move forward? Is there not going to be any new collection, right? For the most part, we have had some direction, some sort of collection or something else that has been coming up. We've talked about a potential roadmap here for the 2026 year, but in reality, is there going to be something new for us to look at? And, obviously, while we are, working with 2K and firaxis for the future workshop, that doesn't mean that they're telling us, all of their plans ahead of time and whatnot. But as of now, I have not seen anything about a potential update. And I wanted to kind of talk about, why that could be and why we could get one and why we might not. I think for, the why we could get one is just the cadence, right? Again, they've gotten us used to updates. While they did take time, obviously, off for the holidays, most of the time they're locking up these changes. Most companies do a couple weeks ahead of time so that they have plenty of time to test them, make sure that everything goes out correctly and works the way that it needs to when it goes to, the live servers, right? And so I wouldn't even be surprised if, maybe a week after they posted this, that they had locked in, 1.3.2, if they're planning on releasing that in January. It would make sense. And if that was to happen, today, I'll just put out there, today's the 6th. We would hear about this either later this week or very early next week on the 12th with an update probably on the 13th. Because we've not heard very much from them yet, I am starting to believe that we are not going to get a January update. And here is why. They talk about all these other things that they are working on. I, so far at least, have not received any update as to when the featured workshop is going to be happening. So I would assume that that's a big portion of what they are working on right now, trying to make sure that the legacy path changes, the victory conditions, all that kind of stuff is getting changed now so that when we get into the feature workshop, there's a lot more to do. And they said that it was going to be early this year, not that it was going to be guaranteed, right, that we would be getting it, right at the beginning of the year. that being said, with everything that's being worked on, with the unfortunate firings that they had to do, the layoffs that they had to do last year, I'm wondering, now it feels like it's kind of the time where, updates may slow down a little bit. Things are at least stabilized, I think, within the game enough for us to, be able to play the game and I think get a lot more enjoyment and out of it. I had been out of town for most of December, as you guys know, so I had not been able to touch the game for a couple weeks here. And when I was able to boot it back up over the weekend, there were things that I just kind of forgotten about. I just not really thought about it. I tried to take a full break. And so going back in, I was like, man, this game just feels like it's getting more and more completed. And so, I think that they might even be like, hey, like this is in a stable position right now. Maybe we don't get a January update. And if that's the case, that will break, like I said, the pretty much a monthly cadence that we've been getting since release last year. That being said, I do believe that we will get something in February, as we will be celebrating, obviously, the launch of the game, the 1-year anniversary of Civilization 7. And with that being the case, maybe things will start switching to an every other month kind of update, with ones that are going to be bigger. Or maybe they will go back to monthly and they're just going to take this month off. I don't really personally know, but I am very much leaning towards if we do get an update, it is going to probably be the smallest one that we've gotten yet. But I don't think we're going to get one, and I think instead we are going to see something in February to celebrate the 1-year anniversary. I hope that I'm wrong. I would love to see a major update or something that we just really and truly were not expecting. And if that happens, obviously we will be here to cover it. But I would love to know really and truly what you guys think. Do you believe that we are going to get an update? Would you be upset if we didn't get an update because they're taking their time and working on other things to continue to make the game better? I would love to know if you guys feel like me, or if maybe you have some different thoughts. But that's really all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I'm hopeful that I'm wrong. I'm hopeful we're talking about an update next week, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So that's going to wrap it up for us, though, on this one. From our house to yours, thanks for watching, and we hope you'll join us for one more turn.